Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. So I'm doing a series of videos on low cap and good value crypto projects by sector. I just did a gaming video. If you haven't watched that, just go check that out. I'm gonna do another video and talk about a few other gaming projects as well. But for this video, I'm going over the RWA sector as well as I'm going to touch on meme coins a little bit. And at the end, we're going to talk about a new narrative that I've seen develop in this cycle. It's like a gas savings narrative, and I'm not talking about like scaling solutions. So starting with RWA here. So the tokenization of real world assets is what it stands for. So does that mean exactly? So we're on coindesk.com here. Without reading this whole thing here, what it's saying is like an Andy Warhol artwork. Like you can't afford the whole 195 million or whatever the case is. But using this, you can offer fractionalized shares, in like creating 1,000 tokens that represent the shares of the art that anyone can buy. So as of writing, for just under $200, I could own 1/1000th of an Andy Warhol. So I do like the concept of RWA a lot. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite sector of crypto. This isn't a new concept. RWA. It was out last market cycle, but I do think it will gain traction this cycle. I don't know what will come of it. I do believe there's a lot of regulatory issues and hurdles. But I'm going to touch on some RWA projects that are worth a play if you want exposure to the RWA sector. All right, getting things started here with Rio. Now, Rio is a project that most people are probably familiar with. It's not breaking news, but I still think that even at this price, it's a good play in the RWA space. So it's on CoinMarketCap, says $4 million market cap and 8% circulating supply. Go over to Morales Money, see what it says on Dex Screener. It says about a $47 million market cap, which adds up to that circulating supply and market cap on CoinMarketCap. And I've looked at the tokenomics in Rio before. I've talked about it in a previous video. It's only 8% supply, but it gets released slowly over like the next 10 years. So it's not like a big token dump or anything like that anytime soon. So, as far as things go, I hold Rio. I think that even at this price, that it's a good hold. So we want to look at because sometimes projects like this, people are like, well, I should have bought it before it pumped or whatever. I mean, it hasn't pumped all that crazy. So right here where it ranged for a lot, and I was doing some accumulating in there, just say you take like the average of that range and go to that swing high there. So that's 1,000% gain. So that's good. But from current price to that swing high, it's like a 350% gain. It's still a good gain, and I think, we've closed above this little structure over here. So it looks good to at least go up and try to test that. And hopefully, the market stays healthy and that'll go up to there and even higher. A lot of people have high expectations for Rio this market cycle. I think if you want to get in the RWA space, instead of getting too fancy with some of these newer projects, that Rio, even at this market cap, is not a bad play. All right, next up we got UBXS token. So what is it? It allows discounted access to other Leox tokens. UBXS will be instrumental in their new system that allows investors to convert property deeds and important ownership documents into NFTs. So this is RWA, but like in NFT format. So we look at CoinMarketCap, how long has it been out? Into 2022, so in the last bull market. I like things that are newer generally, but it doesn't mean just because something has been out longer doesn't mean it can't get good gains. And it wasn't out for the full bull market cycle, came out at the end. Just over $2 million market cap. Let's check out their website. It looks pretty good. They're going to tell you the same thing, uniting physical and virtual world, just like we read, and talks about, like, this is like, I guess, the company, Leox, the best I can tell, and talks more about the token here. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it. We check out on Morales Money. All the security scores are good. It's not a rug or anything crazy like that, obviously. Now, as far as gains, now I do see it. It's just been ranging. Price action been pretty boring. Not too much to speak of. But if it isn't like just price ranging, it would be close to the bottom of that range. So it's not the worst time to buy it. Doesn't look like anything like it's about to break down. Just looks kind of boring and flat. But a gain to the local high would be 50%. And, to this swing high over here, 150% gain. So not the strongest, targets on chart. Let's see if it reached over here from current price, what we would be looking at. And that's a pretty big wick. So let's just take it from that right there. So current price to there. Now 600, close to 700% gain. So, once again, if you like project you want an RWA space, this is potential. We looked at the tokenomics. We looked at that about 1 to 1.3 of circulating supply will be released each month over the next year. So we factored that in these projections here. We're looking at potential losses and gains when we did this report. It has about the same market cap as when we did it a little while back. So that is UBXS token. All right, let's talk about a pretty cool project here called MetaZero. I found this the day it came out, actually, on chain on Morales Money. So $7 million market cap at current time of making this video. I had this trend line written. When it broke below this trend line, I was like, yeah, it's probably going to go down a little bit. So, and even right now, it could go down, even if it tests this bottom, this low over here. That's like a 60% loss. That's how it is when you do these small caps, so just understand that. Now, if it comes back up to this trend line, it's also a 50% gain. So, the door definitely swings both ways, but it did, break below this trend line with some decent candles. So I'm holding off on buying it for right now. I did buy some lower. I bought some when it was around 8 million as well, but I initially got into it at like a $4 million market cap. But it's RWA and gaming. So it fits two narratives. And we want to check their website out. Redefining gaming assets, bringing RWA tokenization to your favorite gaming assets. Check this video. I mean, that's all it really says. Is gaming RWA. Go down here. It's got the team. Those people are docs and all that good stuff. But what I want to show is some of the partners. So they got LayerZero. That's a good one. Palette AI, Google Cloud, Aether Games. That's a project I got an IDO on. It's got some high hopes. So I like some of the things that I've seen with MetaZero, especially hitting on two narratives. When it comes to the tokenomics, it appears that it's all in circulating supply, and that this didn't come out at the same time. It had some stipulations, but other than that, I think best that I can see from everything, it is all in circulating supply. They talk about some of the targets and where they get some of the projections from, and all in all, I think it's a good play, especially if you want to get in the RWA space, that it's RWA with a gaming aspect. Like I said, it's new, it's volatile. It came out just before Christmas time, I believe. So, if you do buy it now, know that you could get punched in the gut for a good 30, 40, even 50%. It could keep going down a little bit, but it's also a good project overall. So it depends on what your goals are. If you're looking for something to DCA for the bull market, then keep an eye on MetaZero, and it could be a good option. All right, staying in the RWA space, we have Planet coming in next. Planet's got a $65 million market cap, a bit higher than a lot of these projects we talk about. Circulating supply is good though, 85% circulating supply, so that's good. Let's go down here and read a little bit more about Planet. RWA, obviously that's what we're talking about it. This initiative is not just about innovation, it's about disruption, targeting a massive $300 billion green tech market by bringing real life experience to global fans and deploying the proven Amazon flywheel revenue model. So they market themselves as a green company. This is their website. Scroll down a little bit, you see more of their things like combining technology and innovation with the power of fandom to mobilize, implement, and deliver, working on the world's biggest celebrities on sustainable causes dear to them. So you see they talk about green initiatives. They talk about celebrities. Let's click on their utilities tab, see what they have down here. It gives you some more information about the project. Unique RWAs. At the heart of our strategy is the integration of Web 2 practices with Web 3 innovation. We're launching exclusive real world asset collections in partnership with GOAT's greatest of all times. A team we proudly use for celebrities. Okay, so they're talking about the celebrities, mystery boxes. So you see these things, you're talking about celebrities. Well, what celebrity do they have? Well, they got one of the biggest sports athletes in the world, actually, with Messi, and this was December 7th. This didn't just happen. So he's in on the project. He's even on their. He's on this website too. I think it's on this slideshow, which is just kind of a recap of some of the things that it says earlier. But yeah, there he is. So he's legitimately on the project, just to whatever, but to some extent, whatever you want to say. Morales Money, check it out. Security scores are good. Look at it on chart. So this may have been, see this, I'm not sure exactly when the news about Messi came out. That may have been here or something. I don't know, but it may not even pumped off the news of Messi if that article was December 7th. But anyway, the point is it came up, price came down. It's touching like these tops over here, but not trading below it. So that's good. It could be a good time to buy Planet. I mean, we're on the weekly here, a bigger time frame, but leveled up, broke out of that range, came down. These wicks, look where they are. The right at the top of those bodies, those candles. It's not an accident. This descending triangle pattern. Like to see a breakout to the upside for this thing to keep going. If you like the project. So all in all, I think it's a reasonable RWA play. I mean, especially Lionel Messi behind him and everything. So if you're looking for something in the RWA space, I think this is another reasonable play. All right, we'll finish RWA out with Leox, another kind of fairly popular project within the RWA space. At $11 million market cap, 8% in circulating supply. Scroll down here to what it talks about a little bit. Our platform lets brands, owners, and customers discover, browse, purchase, and create NFTs tied to physical assets. We call these PNFTs. So similar to what we saw with one of the other RWA projects a little bit ago that we checked out. Look at the website, unlock the future of luxury ownership with Galileo Protocol, blockchain and tokenization, the new standard of luxury.
In the world of luxury, counterfeiting is a major concern. Can you guarantee the authenticity of the piece you've just purchased? But there's a solution. Galileo Protocol. We introduce PNFTs, digital twins that guarantee authenticity and ownership of real-world assets. PNFTs.
So, it seems like a pretty good idea to me. The tokenomics are fairly complex, to say the least. You saw only 8% in circulating supply. If we go back to CoinMarketCap real quick, see how long has this project been out? It only came out last spring. So it hasn't been out all that long. So if we look at a lot of these, I mean, it's a lot to unpack here. We're not going to go through all this, but like 12 months, and then 3 months, 24 months, 20 months, 16 months, 12 months. Most of these times are pretty far out there, 24 months. There's some to be, there you go, like VC tokens to be determined. It is a lot to unpack here. It's got this right here, which is a graph of the circulating supply. So April will be a year. It would be like here, and assuming that's unlocked and like that can be in circulating supply, it may just be unlocked. I don't know. Some more going to the allocations. So the tokenomics are, a little bit complex, but I'm not overly worried about the tokenomics for the time frame that I would be targeting, within the next 6 months or year or whatever. I'm not overly worried about tokenomics being too much of a concern. So all things considered, I actually like this project pretty well in compared to other RWA projects that I looked at. As I mentioned at the beginning, I don't love the RWA sector, but it is a narrative. It is something that if you want to be diversified in the space for this, upcoming bull market, assuming things go the way they've been going, then I think that RWA is a sector you want to, be familiar with, and that Leox is a pretty good play. All right, so we'll talk about meme coins for a minute. So I like meme coins, but you have to understand how to play the meme coin game. So meme coins are made for one reason and only one reason, and it's to make money. And the reason I'm saying that is because you have like people wonder that, like, I've been in this project for a year and a half, and we still haven't got a Binance listing, and Pepe's been out 2 weeks and they're on Binance. It's because as the community that made this token that has no utility at all gets money, they don't have any overhead for anything because it's not an actual product. So if it makes sense for them to spend that money on a Binance listing or whatever the case is to make more money, then that's what they'll do. And that's why I don't believe in meme coins for longer term holds, only short and midterm holds, and ride them on the way up. And I've been good at calling meme coins before they went viral. Gronk, Cock, um, a lot of them that Analos, I've done good, but you have to watch for the conditions developing that it's going to catch fire and then ride it on the way up. Bonk, that's another one I got in early on. That's why it's hard for me to like put out like good meme coin holds, because I don't believe in holding meme coins. I believe in keeping an eye out for them and scanning them and being aware of things that are maybe out or maybe they have potential, and keeping an eye on them and catching them when they get fired. I don't believe in holding meme coins. So, but let's look at what's out there. On Morales Money, the chains that we can scan. Let's look. So on Phantom, nothing. There's no. It says there's, and that's what Morales Money says. Surprised to me too. But the reason I'm gonna look by chain is because I've talked about this in other videos with different narratives as well. You've seen this narrative, this cycle of like chain hopping. Like something will get hot on one chain, like a meme coin, and then they're like, okay, well, what meme coin is on Solana or AVAX or whatever the case is that maybe has potential that could run. So that's why I think it can be good to keep aware of what's on other chains. So what about optimism? What kind of meme? I don't have any other filters, just is a meme coin. Nothing on that's surprising to me that Optimism and Phantom don't have any meme coins. Let's see what's on Arbitrum. It's a little bit on Arbitrum, but when I said I don't like meme coins for longer term holds, most of them are old that have been on Arbitrum. This one's a little bit newer, but I don't really like that one either. But so nothing really that catches my eye on Arbitrum. Polygon, a little disappointing as well. This one would be like a maybe, but I really didn't like it very much either. So it was a 1.5 million market cap. So I don't know. It wasn't the worst, but it didn't look overly promising either. And with all these meme coins, they talk about such thing like, no, we're coming out with a DEX or a blockchain. Nobody needs a meme coin DEX. There's DEX projects for that. If you look at these meme coins long term, I don't consider Doge a meme coin. I consider Elon Musk crypto. SHIB has done terrible. Like if you look at it on chart, SHIB had 1 month that it did good. And I don't believe in these meme coins for longer term holds. So staying with the chain, and then Binance, I'm not even gonna look on Binance Smart Chain. There's so many rugs up there. If you look on ETH, there's gonna be just so many to look through. But so this one I'm gonna look at Pulse Chain. Now I think Pulse Chain is terrible, but there could be some plays on it here and there. And this one right here could be one. It's called Bear. Now, it's been out 247 days, less than a year. But from what I could tell, this is the top meme coin on Pulse Chain. Once again, I think Pulse Chain is garbage. But if you look at Bear on chart, it $22 million market cap. So it's been above, it closed above those bodies. So far this week, it's getting some bullish follow through. So this is one that if the meme coin thing gets hot, you might want to take a look at, and maybe it's worth a YOLO buy. And once again, I'm not endorsing Pulse Chain. I think Pulse Chain is terrible, but just like I said, things move around from chain to chain. And you can use Morales Money, just like you just saw me do, to find meme coins on chain. You have to have the paid subscription to see things within 7 days. But sometimes with things, it's not necessary. You want them to be out for 7 days, because lots of times the chances of them rugging within the 7 days for meme coins especially is fairly high. You can't look at all chains. You can't look at AVAX or Solana, but the ones you just saw me look at, you can check out. So that's kind of my take on meme coins and some of the ways that I go about trading and buying meme coins. All right. So before we get into these last few projects, I want to talk about a potential narrative that we might be see develop in crypto this cycle. I try to stay ahead of the game. Try to stay a leg ahead. I always say retail's a leg late. They're talking about like what just happened, what's happening right now. I'm trying to look ahead. What's the next narrative? What's the next things we can see this cycle that maybe aren't mainstream yet? And this is one that I could see. It's like this gasless narrative that I've seen that a lot of projects have come. Well, not a lot, but I've seen a few come out on chain. And I'm not talking about layer twos and ZK rollups and things like that. It's about saving on actual gas transactions. And it's utilizing this right here. It's called EIP 4337. And the concept is called account abstraction. So what is EIP 4337? So you see, we're just here on Google. It's a proposed Ethereum improvement proposal that aims to introduce account abstraction to Ethereum network. Account abstraction allows for smart contracts that act as wallets and execute transactions on your behalf. So I'm not going to get in like overly technical to this. On this channel, we're trying to trade and make money. You could make a whole playlist just about this account abstraction and what it is technically. And a matter of fact, this guy right here has. So if you want to check out more of this guy's channel, it's called Alchemy. And this is the playlist. This is a whole playlist about account abstraction. So what's important here for us, because even though we don't need to know all the technicals behind it, it's always good to be educated behind the things you're investing in. You just don't want to FOMO into everything. You want to know what you're getting into. So this diagram here, what's important is, say this is you and your MetaMask wallet or whatever. This is Uniswap or some asset you want to buy. This right here is called the paymaster. And these are where these projects come in. And what that protocol I just referenced, it allows an entry point with a smart contract here where a third party can pay for your gas. Now, generally, I'm always skeptical, like, why would someone pay for my gas? Nothing's free. It all has to come from somewhere. Well, there's reasons for it. For one, that's, they're trying to solve a problem. Whenever a project or a narrative or something is solving a problem, that's always good. And these layer twos and stuff, they're solving the problem as well. But there's more than one way to attack it. Not everything wants to go to a layer two, or there's other reasons that you'll see that why people will want to do this. I mean, for one, you make your own cryptocurrency project. And make your own cryptocurrency and back it with ETH initially, and then you get your project rolling off the ground, and then it's on you after that to find ways to generate revenue and such. But it can be used big time as a promotional thing. So there's different ways you can use this. Say like on our project that you have our crypto, whatever, your first 10 transactions per month will cover, or something like that. Or if you buy our NFT, we'll cover a gas transaction for you, or 5 gas transactions for you, or whatever. And this thing can get really, I expect it to get more and more technical and offer more and more benefits. Some of the things it can do is like you can pay for the gas in a different token by interacting with the paymaster. So like if you had, I don't know, something you had IMX in your wallet, and you're like, wow, I'm wet a lot on IMX. Like, this is free money here. I don't want to spend ETH on the gas, but I don't mind spending IMX on it. It allows for those things too. And also to try to like bundle transactions together to where you're paying one gas fee for numerous transactions. So I think this narrative has legs. It's something that you're not even seeing talked about as a narrative yet. And we're going to talk about a few of the projects that I have notice with this. So anyway, that's just an overview of the narrative. So you have a general idea technically of what we're doing here. And if you want to know more about exactly how this works, then check out this guy's playlist here, and he'll tell you all about it that you would ever want to know. All right, so when it comes to account abstraction, this is the #1 project, in my opinion, 0x Gasless. I'm actually supposed to do a live stream with the founder of this coming up in a few weeks. So looking forward to that. We'll learn more about this project. If we look on the chart, Max, it's not on CoinMarketCap, but it is on CoinGecko. It says it came out sometime in December. It actually had an older contract address. Doesn't really matter for any of this, but we'll look at that as well. So 0x Gasless, I don't think we just explain kind of what these projects are using the EIP 4337 proposal. So if we look at it, we'll look on the chart for a second. So let's look at their website first. Everything looks fine on Morales. The security scores are fine. So paving the way for gasless transaction using account abstraction. 0x Gasless is a revolutionary tool-based ERC 4337 principles aiming to transfer and form the blockchain experience to focus on delivering a user-friendly, bank-like interface crucial for bringing in the next billion users to the blockchain ecosystem. And I do agree that it will make things easier with these things they want to do to make transactions easier. The gasless swaps empower users to sidestep conventional gas fees, leveraging account abstraction technology. The platform used the requirement to buy and hold Ethereum or its native token, ensuring trading is more accessible and user-friendly. They talk about multi-chain things here. I mean, you think with this, if they work out things with Dexis, like now Uniswap, you could use Uniswap to potentially swap things on Uniswap. It could really open up a lot of token utility for other projects as well. So we look at 0x gas on chart. So this is currently, we're gonna look at the old contract address too, see how far it goes back. So you had price coming, this is a daily here, price coming down, not a good daily candle, but it didn't break and close under anything significant. I mean, it broke and closed under this, but the next level of support I would look for is around here. So it stayed there, it wicked up some, it's been trading, holding this level. So it might be a good level to buy 0x gas. A lot of these projects, I look, if I'm looking at DCA or get into them, are they at the bottom of a range, at the bottom of some kind of channel pattern? And then that can be a good time to DCA. You're not saying back up the truck and go all in at that time, but it looks relatively good. $108 million market cap, fully diluted. It says that on CoinGecko as well, that max circulating supply, total supply, 11 million, same thing. So I just want to listen to a few words of from the Twitter account. I assume this is the founder. I've spoken to him on Telegram, but I haven't actually met him in real life.
Abstraction ERC 4337. A paymaster entity or smart contract can be designated to act as the payer of gas fees. This means that users initiating transactions no longer need to hold Ether in their accounts, specifically to cover gas fees. When a user wants to execute a transaction on a dApp leveraging account abstraction ERC 4337, they submit a meta transaction to the paymaster. The paymaster then takes charge of paying the gas fees associated with that transaction. These gas fees are paid from the paymaster's account or gas tank, which holds a pool of Ether specifically designated for covering transaction costs. The introduction of paymasters offers several advantages. It simplifies the user experience by removing the need for users to own or manage Ether solely for gas fees. It also opens up possibilities for new business models, as dApp developers can subsidize or incentivize transactions by becoming paymasters. This enhances accessibility and lowers barriers.
So, I mean, I don't want to play the whole thing, but just a short thing. You can go to their Twitter and listen to the rest of it. But the whole narrative makes sense to me. From everything I've seen, this is the top project. This is the big dog for this new emerging narrative. So, I hold it. I bought some recently as well around this price level. So that is 0x Gasless. And stay tuned to my Twitter and YouTube and check out when I'll be doing that live stream with the founder. All right, last project we're gonna cover for the video is called Nogas. Good name for a project that's trying to save on gas. And I think they changed the name to Oxygen. I think that's what their Twitter is called now. You see it's out only 47 days. I found this actually when it first came out. We had pretty good gains on it. Right now it's at a 220K market cap. I'm gonna talk about the current price action. So I found it I want to say even the day it came out. So it's at current prices now. But I told the people in my Telegram that you have to be objective about these things. Sometimes it just is what it is. Had that trend line there. I can't remember exactly what it was like here, and it broke the trend line and some other structure through here. I think it may have been at this candle. I said, look, we got to get out of this thing, guys. We can buy it back lower, and we're still up on it. And I encourage people to take profits when we're up 300% on it. But when you see bars like this is a downtrend, like closing on their low, just all red. You have to do what the chart's telling you. This doesn't mean I don't like the project, but I did encourage people on my Telegram to sell here. And, I'm looking for some signs of reversal to buy back now. Now could be a good time to get back into it. I want to see a green candle on the daily first. I mean, it's just all red. So, that's just kind of how I operate. But, let's check out their website. And look, we see it again, Paymasters EIP 4337. So I'm not going to go into it too much of how it operates. I think we kind of talked about that a bit, but I think the website's cool. The Telegram has been like super, super active from the start. Man, those people in there are crazy. If you say you like question anything about this project, they've believed in it. A lot of the users, from their start on the Telegram have really believed in this project. And I think it's good too. Like I said, I'm bigger on 0x gas now, but I'm still going to watch this one too. And I will look to buy it once it starts showing some signs of reversal. I don't buy the dip, guys. People say just buy the dip. What's the dip look like? Where's the dip at? What just happened before the dip? Buy the dip is for suckers. That's how you end up bag holding. So buying the right dips, the right kind of price action, that's good. But fully diluted, 220K cap, which is definitely attractive. I mean, if this thing gets to where 0x gas is now, that's almost a 10x. So it's definitely one I'm going to keep my eye on. I like this narrative. I like 0x gas. I like no gas. And that's Nogas. So that is some projects I like for RWA, how I go about memes, and my thoughts on a new potential narrative that I see developing. Please like the video, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate everybody who watched to the beginning, and check out some of my referral links. If you're interested in my Telegram, there's a link down there for automated onboarding, as well as my referral links for MEXC, Blowfin, and some others, VPN, all those kinds of things. So check those out if they interest you. And once again, thanks everybody for tuning in to the end of the video, and I will catch you next time. Later, guys.